December 20th, 1943. A shattered American bomber limps through the skies over Nazi Germany, and a German fighter pilot lines up for the kill. The aircraft was a B-17 Flying Fortress, part of a US bombing mission over Bremen. Its pilot, Second Lieutenant Charlie Brown, just 21 years old. Moments earlier, German anti-aircraft fire, flak cannons, had torn through the bomber. The damage was catastrophic. The nose was shredded. The tail gunner was dead. Half the crew was wounded. Engines were failing. The B-17 was barely flying. Inside, freezing air rushed through holes in the fuselage. Blood froze on uniforms. Guns jammed from the cold. They were deep in enemy territory and completely defenseless. Then came the worst part. A lone German fighter approached. A Messerschmitt Bf-109, one of the most lethal interceptors of the war. Its pilot, Franz Stigler, a veteran Luftwaffe ace. He had orders, clear and simple. Destroy the bomber. One more kill, and he would qualify for the Knight's Cross. Stigler moved into firing position. He could see the bomber clearly now, but then something stopped him. The B-17 wasn't fighting back. No defensive fire, no maneuvering, just a broken machine, barely staying in the sky. As he drew closer, Stigler looked inside the aircraft. He saw wounded men, some slumped over, others trying desperately to keep the plane alive. This wasn't combat anymore. This was a massacre waiting to happen. Stigler later recalled the words of his commanding officer, "You follow the rules of war, or you will be shot." Shooting this plane felt like murder. So instead of firing, he did something no one expected. He pulled up alongside the bomber. Charlie Brown saw the German fighter and braced for impact, but it never came. Instead, the German pilot signaled to him. He gestured, "Land! Surrender!" Brown refused. He wouldn't abandon his crew. For a moment, both pilots flew side by side, enemies staring at each other. Then, in an extraordinary act, Franz Stigler made a decision that could cost him his life. He chose mercy. Stigler positioned his fighter next to the bomber, shielding it from German anti-aircraft guns below. To anyone on the ground, it looked like he was escorting a captured aircraft. He stayed with the crippled B-17, guiding it toward the North Sea and out of German airspace. Before turning away, Stigler gave one final gesture. A salute, a warrior's respect. Charlie Brown returned the salute, and then they went their separate ways. The B-17 somehow made it back to England. Against all odds, the crew survived. Years later, the two pilots met again, not as enemies, but as friends. In the middle of the deadliest war in human history, one man chose honor over victory and proved that even in war, humanity can still survive.